Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 98. Oh my gosh, we're so close to 100.
2 more episodes.
I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer.
That's stressful.
Alongside, I don't know why I'm there, alongside my Spanish meatball, aka the People's Champ. So at the moment, Joseph, how you doing, sir?
And forever will be. I'm doing okay. You know what? It's been an interesting week. Interesting turn.
We just had an interesting 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, we had a really good conversation.
It was an interesting conversation.
I'm sorry. Also, I gotta apologize if I got a little too heated as well.
No, I don't think so. For those who are wondering what the hell we was talking about, I watched the IGN Unfiltered episode with Randy Pitchford, which has two parts. It's an hour and a half long. Goes into his career from the start to finish to current day. I should say finish, like the guy's dead because he's not. And I come off actually quite liking Randy, but as we all know, if anyone's listened to this show longer than a day, you know that Joe has a hatred for Randy. So I sent it to him and said, watch it. It's interesting, you know, yada, yada, yada. So we sat down and spoke about that for 20 minutes before we even started the show today. Joe, how are you? Like, you had a story, and I said, save it. So what's this story? What have you got for me?
So, first off, been playing Destiny 2. We all know this.
Yeah, we'll get to the games. Don't worry about the games.
So I was walking upstairs last night because last night we did the PlayStation podcast. And I was thinking, man, I gotta edit this real fast. I gotta put it out tonight because in the morning I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do an Xbox show.
Yes.
And then it just hit me. It dawned on me again. I got hit twice of this feeling like, wow, where like time has come, like and where I've come from just like 2 years ago. I don't think I even thought I would be in this position where like I have people who are waiting on me for content, for my ideas to listen, whether they agree or not, is just inspiring. Like all the things I strive for, everything that I hope to achieve, everything that I work hard for, is for the same reason of why I do this. It's like, it's for you guys. Yeah. So yeah. No, it's just I have like this humbling experience.
You had that moment. I've had that moment before as well. Where it's like, there may be a day that I cannot be bothered to do this show, or there may be a time when I don't want to edit, or there may be a time when, you know, you're just not feeling it, or you're not well, or it's just I don't want to. And then you realize that there are 100+ people, sometimes 1,000, that are waiting for your voice and your product to come out. And then you realize that you don't want to let those people down, and you love and respect and appreciate those people so much. You had that epiphany moment. I've had that moment. I've had that moment where you're just like, and then you know for well that if you don't turn up, in your case, then you're letting me down, and I can't do this without you. I have done, but it's not as good as the show. I can assure you that. Which is it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, man. It's just when you put things in perspective, man. It's just like. I don't know. I always get this feeling like a humbling feeling. It's a magic feeling. Like I tell everybody, like just go out and create something. You get that high when someone hits view or hits subscribe or like or whatever. It's unlike any feeling out there.
I'm still waiting for the week that we put up My Xbox and Me, and nobody listens because it hasn't happened yet.
Right? I'm waiting for the day. Just people find out I'm dumb and like they all unsubscribe, and I'm just always that day I'm like, holy shit, not everybody up and left.
I'm waiting for that day as well. Like people sit and listen to us for an hour talk about Xbox, all things Xbox. That's what this show's about. It's what we've been playing, our opinions on things. People will definitely disagree with us, definitely agree with us, but people want to hear from us, and that is a strange feeling. But I love it. It's one of the most invigorating. Awesome. This is why I say, like, email in my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. Like, anytime I get an email in there, it really does just like, that's so cool. That's so
and then you find out it's from Papa Bio.
I know, and then you're like, oh, no, I'm joking. Love you, Papa. Let's just say this episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by Mike Lynch, of course, as it is each and every week, because Mike is a huge supporter of the show, and we appreciate you very, very much. We'll hear more from him a little bit later in the show. Also, if you want this show early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. Audio is $3, video version is $4, and you can watch the show live like nobody is right now because we've recorded at a really strange time in the UK. But if you want to be part of that chat and you want to be in there and you want to be interacting with some great people, please consider supporting. It's what keeps the lights on, literally, and pays for the internet bill nowadays. So lots and lots and lots. I've entered adult life, and not having a job is like, oh god.
Yeah,
this has been the I'll talk about this. This has been the worst bump for me.
Oh god.
Money wise, and I wasn't. It's because tons of games have come out, and we haven't been able to get review codes for them, which is, again, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Thank you, Ubisoft, who's always been great to us so far. And it's like one of those ones where, like, well, you still have to buy the games. You still have to get the content out there. People still want to hear your opinion on FIFA, Madden, whatever it is, and so forth. And it's just like, oh, yeah, but now I don't have a job to pay for those things. And the Patreon way, which I appreciate so much, still doesn't cover everything just yet.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Let's get into what's in your box, Joe.
Okay.
So you said you've been playing Destiny. Of course, so have I. So I actually attempted the raid. My Xbox and me crew banded together. We had me, Foxes, which is Red Bearded Fox on Twitch, Mackie, Kreshnik Plays on Twitch.
I like him. He's a good
He's very good. Who am I missing?
Might be the People's Champ one day.
Maybe be the People's Champ one day. We'll see. Mr. Moody and myself. That was the squad. Did I miss anyone? That's 6, right?
Yeah, that's 6. That sounds like
6. That sounds right.
Whatever, we'll round up.
Oh, and Danone. Don't forget about him. Shout out to you, Dan. And it was interesting. it was interesting to say the least. We did it, and unfortunately, we couldn't progress past the second part, the first part. I'm guessing the part. So you did the spoilers for the raid.
Yeah.
So if you want to shoot that for maybe 5 minutes, very light spoilers, because I didn't get anywhere. So you did the switch part at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move on and you do the bit where you have to stand on the orbs.
On the orbs.
And everyone's moving around. That's where we got to.
Same here.
So, okay, so you're up to that point as well.
Yeah, but there's a little drama that happened.
Okay, we'll get into that drama if you want to talk about it in a second.
Oh, I do. I want to plead my case.
We found out that, unfortunately, our good friend and lover and fan of the show, Mr. Moody, was kind of underleveled because he was only 262 or 260.
Same here, man. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, and you was underleveled. Unfortunately, the raid was recommended 260, so we thought he would be fine, or I thought he'd be fine, honestly. I thought we'd be able to carry him through.
Difficult.
But unfortunately, just wasn't dealing enough damage and was taking too much damage. Which, again, not a problem.
Not on him. Not
at all. And the one thing I want to say is what you got to remember with Mr. Moody as well is Mr. Moody had been grinding to get to this point, to get to the raid, to get to 260, and then to find out that it just wasn't enough. It really felt shitty.
Yeah.
Because I felt Mr. Moody wasn't enjoying the game. He then started to find a love for the game. He's now grinding it out. He got there. And then to get to the thing he's been trying to get to and then find out it still wasn't enough.
Right.
It really felt bad.
It's demoralizing.
A little bit. And I had people in chat like, oh, sub me in. Or we had people in Crash's chat like, sub me in. And I was like, no. You clearly don't understand how this My Xbox and Me family works. If one man can't do it, we out. So we literally bounced. It was like, I'm done. I'm out. So that's as far as I got.
Yeah, the first night we went in, someone fucking blamed me. Okay. I don't fucking like this shit.
Okay, calm down. You're with friends. You're with friends
right now.
You're with friends. You're with friends.
Right. I gotta think of Phil Spencer's beautiful face. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. So we got to the first part, fine. One shot, tried it, done with it, easy. We go to the next part. First off, I'm playing a hunter. I usually play a warlock. So I rated on the PlayStation. That's my first mistake. We tried the garden part, and I was doing fine on the lower right side. That's what I was fine with. We were just finding out the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
But every time we wiped, I want to say this, I was always top 3. Though I had the lowest gear score, I always had like the most kills. I always was on top of like the mechanics. I never died. Like I only died when we needed to wipe.
To wipe, yeah. Which, again, for those people that don't understand what wiping is, it's when you say wipe, we can't do it at this point, so everyone dies.
Everybody just gives up, yeah.
But that's a new term that I hadn't heard before, so I learned that while raiding, so it was interesting.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's my first time. I don't know what all these things mean. It's strange.
So, like, I'm coming in from, like, I'm a WoW player. Like, I'm a WoW raider. I used to lead raid. I used to lead a ton of shit. So, oh, man, if we had a podcast of the shit I used. Anyway, then we changed, and I was number 1. I was, like, the first guy that they would spawn on. I thought that was the biggest mistake because I'm underleveled. And that's what happened. I got, like, overrun. I was dying. And, like, this other guy was dying a lot. And mid-raid, this guy that's dying a lot blames me. And I'm like, motherfucker, hold up. You're like 270-something. Mm-hmm. You're dying way more than me. You need help way more than me. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
And the guy that's running us, he's bouncing around too much. I like the right side. I don't like this left side. I don't like change.
I played both sides and I was fine both sides because I'm just that good. But
well, that's a lie. And so we wiped because we also didn't know what the mechanic was that we needed to do.
Got ya. So you were learning as you was going as well. And we were lucky. We had Chris with us who already knew what to do, and all of us were fine. Yeah, with just being told what to do as well.
And then we did the garden part with. I came in like the other night. And on my warlock, thank fucking God. And it was the dogs. And like midway through, like everybody's kind of like arguing with each other. And I'm like, I know what this fight is. This fight is the 4 horsemen fight from Wrath, from even vanilla WoW. Like, this is easy. You just like don't kill the dogs until the final wave. And people were messing up. And again, same guy tries to blame me. And I'm like, whoa. I've never messed up. The dog never sniffed me. He sniffed you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He never sniffed me.
He never sniffed me. Don't you dare say he sniffed me.
Yeah. And then like I'm listening to them struggle the other night with the same guy. And then it took him like an hour and like 40 minutes to get down the dogs. And I'm like, if you had me in there, I don't think you would have struggled. So I'm a little salty. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But you know what? This week, when are we rating?
This week we will not, because I will be at EGX. For those of you who are listening, maybe I'm going to put the show up early this week for everyone, just because we're at EGX and I don't want it to get lost in EGX. I just bit my tongue. It really hurt. Ow. So if I talk like a weird person for a second, I'm sorry.
Okay. We're used to it.
So I'll be at EGX from Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I've just found out I'm going to a very special Xbox event. Shout out to the ghost of Ross Miller. I cannot talk about it. I cannot tell you where I'm going. I cannot say anything more than just that because I am signing an NDA. But
really, that's serious.
Yes, it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. So I'm very, 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 very thankful. If long-time listeners know Ross, then you may be able to put 2 and 2 together. But that's all I can actually say. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's a certain night. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm sort of dancing around now.
Is he gonna give you the T-shirt of Phil Spencer's face or Ross Miller's face?
Ross Miller's face, and I have to wear that all through EGX. No, but what I do want to say is, if you are going to EGX, please hit me up at MC Fixer on Twitter. I'll be checking that. We're doing a ton of kind of funny meetups, which is main reason why I'm going, honestly, to see a load of friends, Mr. Moody, Callum, a ton of new other people that I've met through this community of kind of funny, who have then since become my Xbox and Me listeners and Patreons and all sorts of things. So it's just a great way of meeting friends. So if you're shy and you're like, I do want to come and say hello, but I'm not sure, do it. Honestly, I'll be there. Haley will be there. Tons of people will be there. So if you are interested, please hit me up. Do not hesitate.
So much fun, dude.
And they're the best. They're the best.
Nobody's a stranger at any meetup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person, because I'm quite a confident person anyway, and talking comes quite naturally to me where it doesn't to others, where I'll sort of pull people in. I'm like, so what's your name? I want to learn this. I want to do. I'm not shy. And I remember at last year's, like, we were just sort of in a circle and everyone was sort of like a little bit shy. I was like, all right, stop. I'm not going to remember your names, but go around in a circle and tell me your names. I won't remember, but I need to just get everyone sort of equipped with each other. Do you know what I mean? So you'll see me in my Xbox and Me top, which is hanging up behind me. I've got a kind of funny top. I have a Resident Evil top, and my Idea Xbox hat and jumper, of course. I'm going to be sorting out some interviews, I hope. I'm going to be trying to get some swag. I'm going to try and get some bits and bobs for everybody. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what
if you
happens.
meet Phil Spencer.
He's not going.
Okay, but maybe he is. You just, if you could just videotape him saying, "Show I'm your real father," that would be awesome.
If I meet Phil Spencer, which I'm almost certain he's not going to be there, I will be asking him to do a bumper for my Xbox and Me, like I did with Troy Baker and Know the North.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think about the business, Joe, unlike you. Like, yo, I want to think about me. I'm like, no, my Xbox and Me, please.
Well, think about it. If he says, "Joe, I'm your real father," we go to court, right? And go, Papa, I'm now Joseph Spencer. I am now loaded. I could promote this podcast, no problem.
If you become Phil Spencer's son, I wouldn't need this show anymore.
We'll be fucking doing this podcast in a Tesla. All right, you hear me?
Okay.
It's called. We're gonna rename it My Tesla and Me. And
we've got a little bit off track as we always do. Let's get back to what we've been playing. Which again, Destiny. I tried the trials of
the 9,
and we got our teeth absolutely kicked in. Me, Crash, above perfection, and Dan. No, we didn't. We only played 2, and then we started the raid. But I was trying to do it just to get the achievement, and I'll admit I love above perfection. Ray, you know how much I love you if you're listening. But Jesus, that guy is he's so hardcore, and he plays shooters so hardcore, and he made me super nervous. And I sort of clammed up and just got fucked. That's literally what I was playing. And then we went and played. I played PvP yesterday with Crash, the competitive, not the trials, but just competitive. And I was absolutely killing fools.
Yeah, no,
you can roll with me, Crash, Dan only. We're always got a fourth, always open, Joe. Yeah. We kill four.
I would do perfect. I got the Osiris burst gun, and I love that gun. It's sick. But on PlayStation, I also have the Mida tool on Xbox, and dude, I love PvP, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So like, I think I can hold my own.
So that means you're only okay.
It's just no. Back in, I like the 6v6 format better. It suited me as a player. To me, I either do really well or I do just okay. And with me, it's just the stress gets to me. And so I just I can't stream competitive because I'll just put on my PewDiePie mask and just start yelling.
Whoa. You took it to a place it doesn't need to go. Leave Pewdie out of this. Anything else you've been playing, Joe?
No.
Yeah, I've only been playing a little bit, a tiny bit of Madden 18 as well, which I don't know if I spoke about on the show. I'm pretty sure I did talk about long shot mode.
Oh boy.
I think I did, right? Yeah, I did, because you did that reaction. Because you don't care about sports game, yada. I remember that. But what I want to say about Madden, which I don't think I gave it enough credit for, is it's what's the word I'm looking for here? It's very easy to use for new players. It's very accessible to new players, is the word I was looking for, which is, if you're not a Madden fan, or if you're not into American football, per se, and I'm playing Ultimate Team, so I'm doing like this. They've got these little challenge modes in Ultimate Team, which help you build out your deck of cards, help you build out your squad, get contract cards, etc., etc. And it's really easy to understand. And it teaches you the mechanics of the game while giving you these challenges. So it's not just a straight, this is Madden 18, bitches, you should know what you're doing by now. No, it is very, very easy to learn. It gives you like these little challenges, and it teaches you the game a lot better. So I'm really, this is not a new thing in Ultimate Team, by the way, but it's just something that I had never used or noticed before, and I actually quite enjoy it. It's quite interesting. So, Joe, we can begin for 18 minutes, like 19 minutes. So let's go into the topic of the show this week, because I'm sure new people coming in are going to be like, yo, I come here to hear about the Fortnite talk, and that's what I'm going to give you, which is this week is Xbox gamers and PS4 gamers are now able to play against each other, which obviously in an update you'll hear is no longer available, but it was. So for those who don't know this story, in Fortnite, sorry, I should add that. For those who don't know about this story, what happened is, and I will read it all, but what happened is Fortnite, the game by Epic, if I believe, right, and published by Gearbox on the hard copy side of things. They accidentally left some type of code. Again, I will read this, but they accidentally left, I think it was code or configurations,
Right.
which allowed Xbox players and PS4 players to play together. Which, from an outside perspective, is kind of just like crazy that this was just something that was left in.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't like we had to work really hard to do this and this happened. Again, I don't know game development. I'm not a game dev, and I know people work really hard. But it's really interesting when something like this happens. It's like, it was just left in by mistake. Oopsie, we didn't realize. Like, what?
It's real weird because, like, I heard there was reports on, like, PlayStation gamers were seeing people with underscores, like how there was originally found out was PlayStation players were running with people with underscores in their names, and you can't do that on PSN.
No,
you can't even change your fucking name because it's an inferior system.
So but people then thought it was a PC. It was with PC, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, cool. And then they went and checked the gamer tag, and realized that person didn't have a Steam account.
Yeah.
So this was noticed by someone on the internet. Let me just read this real quick. It was a great story done by The Verge, if I'm not mistaken, which is Microsoft first announced support for crossplay back at E3 last year, but Sony has been hesitant to enable it. Eurogame reports that Reddit user has noticed that Epic's co-op survival game Fortnite has been quietly updated to support crossplay platform between Xbox One and PS4 players. An Epic spokesperson said to The Verge, I was correct, that this was an unintended mistake, and the quote was, "We had a configuration issue and it has now been corrected." Earlier this year, Sony refused to enable crossplay for both Rocket League and Minecraft. Excuse that, me dropping that side. Sorry about that. Despite Microsoft and Nintendo both supporting it across Xbox One, PC, Switch. Rocket League developer Sonic previously said the game would support PS4 crossplay in less than an hour all over the world if Sony removes its blocks.
Yes.
So this is so interesting, and this is such an interesting story of, again, Sony don't want this to happen, and for good reasons. They're in the lead. Right. They are killing it right now with the PS4 and the PS4 Pro and the whole PlayStation ecosystem. They are doing a fabulous job. Don't get me wrong. Microsoft, they already have an investment in PC. They have Windows. It makes more sense for them to want to make this happen.
Yeah,
but Epic Games, guys. I love it because I don't know if this was like a little like, hey,
planned event. Hey,
PlayStation, we could just do this and you won't even notice. Right. Like, we can do this, and if this wasn't spotted by the Reddit user, this could have been happening for like a month, and PlayStation wouldn't even have known.
This is it's a strange current events that we're living in these days. And especially when it comes to gaming, because I think ever since Minecraft came out or announced that it's going to be cross-platform
with the Switch,
there's been a growing outcry for, why don't we have this already?
Yeah,
like, you know, I made a video about it. You guys could check it out at Badbit. That, you know, you could already do this with PC and consoles with certain games. I understand why you can't do it with PC and consoles sometimes when it comes to shooters.
Depends on the genre of game, yeah.
Yeah. But like when it comes to consoles, you know, PC does it when, you know, NVIDIA and AMD constantly go at each other, or Intel and AMD constantly go at each other, but they're able to play with each other. So why can't the Xbox and the PlayStation, when their architecture is so similar? This is a great opportunity for them to start merging their communities, because when you have one solid community and not these fractured communities between consoles, you're going to have a more thriving community.
Because Sony wants to keep their players safe, Joe. They are doing this for the best of their players.
Bullshit. Yeah.
That was what they said. That was their words, not mine.
It's PR jargon. Yeah. A lot of times, like these companies, when they're trying to explain something or they're trying to get out of something, kids are always the best excuse. It's for the children. You know, I understand where Sony comes from, because, you know, how is the hierarchy going to work? How is the infrastructure going to be laid out if this is the case? But it's more of a fact of, I just don't want to do it because we have 60 million, you have 30 million. We don't see a need to go into this because our games are doing fine. They're lively as ever. And so why?
Yeah.
And
do you know what I think is going to happen in the end? This is my little prediction of what I think is going to happen is so slowly but surely, maybe not this generation. Joel, let me go out and say not this generation.
Yeah.
The next Xbox 5 and the Xbox One 2, which definitely not going to be the name. If that actually comes, because Microsoft have said that they're trying to step away from the next life cycle and it being just a platform now, which I'm not totally for, but sure, that's a different topic for a different day. I think that Sony will come out and say yes to this eventually, but only when their audience is not behind this as much as the Xbox audience is behind this, or the PC audience for that matter. Their audience has put up with them not being able to change their name, with the PlayStation Store being hacked, with the PlayStation Store being down, with the shortage, they've put up with a lot of PlayStation games.
They put a lot. They put up a lot, and
they still support first-party titles, second-party titles, and they just don't complain in the ecosystem I'm in. Which, don't get me wrong, my Twitter followers are Xbox related. The people I follow are Xbox people. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see the same sort of anger from PlayStation gamers as I do from Xbox players. And until that comes, Sony doesn't have to change.
Yeah, I think a lot of the attitude over at PlayStation Snobville is complacency. They're very, all right, whatever. What, like, we're top dog, bro. We don't need you right now. You know, that's the attitude. Or it's, it'd be cool, but whatever. Sony doesn't need to. You know? So right now it's either like they're complacent and complicit with it, where they're just like, we don't care, we're number one, suck it. Or some of them would be like, it'd be nice, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And it's true. Right now, like, their communities are thriving, so they don't need to do anything.
Exactly.
You know, Sony looks at it through a lens of, how does this help me? And frankly, it doesn't really. Like, it does in the long term of it, but they're looking at it in the lens of, okay, our company's still rocky. We're recovering. Not all of our business ventures make money. You know, PlayStation right now is printing us cash. It's a reason why they're still a company today. So, you know, why fix something that isn't broken?
Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah. Let's
jump into the news, Joe. And our first story sort of leads on from this. And we've got a ton of news coming from our boy Phil Spencer off his Twitter, because Phil's Twitter game is on point, unlike mine. And this first one comes from @FreedDreamer. And he says to Phil, at Xbox P3, that's what you need to worry about. What do you think of the accidental temporary crossplay of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? Everybody was loving it. Too bad it's fixed. And Fix replied with, I would like to see them leave it on. Because Phil's such a boss. He's just like, I would have liked him to kept it. But, you know, it didn't happen. Cool. Which, that's just Phil all over, in my opinion. That's just him just being very honest and being very non-PR about it, which he could have just ignored it, but he didn't. Yeah. He would have liked it to have stayed on. It doesn't, but it's just interesting.
He's playing an awesome game right now.
100%.
I'm taking the high road on everything, because if I take the high road and I am the face of my company, which he is, I'm the face of my company. I take the high road on everything. I congratulate my competition on their successes. I see Sony doesn't do it as much for me, but that's fine. I take the high road. I do what needs to be done. And then when Sony trips and finally makes that mistake, we capitalize. And I think you see that with the Xbox One X, of like, oh yeah, you know what? PlayStation's doing their thing with the Pro. We're going to do our thing with the X. And you see it through their marketing of the X. They learned, for the most part, all of the failures of the PlayStation 4 Pro. Even where it was rocky for a month, along, June, July with the X, they got the messaging down right on it. They really learned from what Sony failed on, and they're capitalizing on that failure by taking the humble route and doing these small little changes. It might not help you right now, in a week, a month, or a year, but when the next big thing comes out and the generation restarts, whether he believes in generations or not, when the PlayStation 5 comes out and the Xbox 2.5 and 3/4 comes out, then you have a different story, because then people start looking, well, Phil is like a pretty awesome guy. He's turned the ship around. We see that he's pretty humble. We see all the good things he's done for gamers. Maybe I'm going to go with Xbox this time around, because when I was with Sony, they haven't changed their name. Let's be honest, I still can't change my name. They're not trying to move the industry forward. We're seeing all these forward-thinking things with Xbox. I'm going to go with them instead. And I think that's going to pay off for Microsoft and Phil. And he is literally, Phil Spencer is one of my idols in the industry. Like, a person that I need to, the day I know I made it is the day I interview him.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Fucking the most humble guy. Like Andrew Renee on the Kind of Funny Daily goes, he's one of those executives that plays games. A lot of these execs, they don't know what they're really selling you. They are kind of like snake oil salesmen. This guy really loves what he's doing. You can see it every single day. And that's what I love, seeing that passion. So
Fair
what
enough.
I got, man.
Fair enough. In Phil we trust. Speaking of Phil Swear, still some more to come. At Dean5578 tweeted Phil saying, "Hey Phil, can we expect Fable Adventures to go backwards compatible on the Xbox One anytime soon? I have been waiting ages." And he replied with, "This should come. It's being worked on now." As easy as that. So be expecting Fable event. Sorry, I say Adventures. I meant Anniversary. I apologize. Fable Anniversary, which was on the Xbox One. I actually really want this guy. I never played Fable 1.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, and I played 2 and 3 and enjoyed them both.
Yeah.
And I actually did enjoy 3 before anyone comes at me. Don't at me. Yeah, just interesting.
Oh, at him for saying that, guys.
Don't at me. Next one. Phil expects PUBG to be a very big game on Xbox for many years. Says he's incredibly happy for Bluehole. Tim Dog at Beastfire. Tim Dog. For those who don't know who Tim Dog is, I follow him and have been following him for ages. A huge Xbox fan. Actually tried to get him on this show once. When I needed a co-host. He did agree, but something happened. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he listens or not, but he tweeted at Phil Spencer and said, "What do you think of PUBG? Already record-breaking success on Steam and 11 million sold. Do you think it will be huge on Xbox?" And Phil said, "Similar bringing Minecraft to console. Different game, obviously, but I expect PUBG to be very big on Xbox for many years." I think that's a safe bet, if I'm being honest with you.
This is, again, playing the long game. This is the smartest. If I was Microsoft right now, I would give, I don't know how much amount of money you need to give PlayerUnknown, but give them that money. Keep this game. Whether you make profit on it or not, because this game is going to be vital for you. And this console, especially this holiday season, this game's gonna push units out, man.
I agree, but what I actually think is they've done the perfect thing with this one. This one, don't get me wrong, I'm all for Xbox game exclusives, but I kind of do like games being everywhere. I hate exclusives. If you look at it from a gamer's perspective of, I actually hate exclusives. Exclusives suck. It means it's taken an amazing experience, usually Horizon Zero Dawn, for instance, taking it away from a large audience. Which Horizon's a game I would love to talk about so much, but just because being an Xbox guy, I can't. But
how many times do we do break? Guys, someone out there, proper BO.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want you to do it.
We're on like a fucking roll with this game.
I love it so much. I'm sorry. But what I will say is they've done the perfect thing with this. This game is going to sell gangbusters on Xbox while it's in the preview program. This game, I don't think is coming out of preview anytime soon, honestly. As much as the game is already done-esque sort of thing, not optimized, still on PC, which a lot of people are angry about, but the game is there. Like, if I would have bought this game for £60, I wouldn't have been angry because I got 300 hours. 300 hours on Steam out of this game so far. And yes, I am going to buy it again on Xbox. And I am going to get another 300 hours out of it. But what I'm saying is, like you just said, this Christmas or whenever this game drops, I do think it's going to sell units. I do think it's going to sell Xbox One X's with that enhancement, with the marketing behind it, because people don't understand that, oh, so it's only on the Xbox One X. I've got to go buy that then. And people will. The people will buy this. Yeah. So it's an interesting one.
As the people champ has proclaimed, people will buy this.
Okay.
Ear on the ground at all times.
It's the ground.
That's what Crush doesn't understand. He could have the title if he wins, but he will never be the true people's champ.
True. Last story on Phil, and it's a big one, and it's a congratulations in order, which Microsoft adds its gaming chief to its senior leadership team. Microsoft is adding another one of its executives to its senior leadership team, SLT, on top of its advisory team, in a move that indicates gaming is increasingly important to the future of the company. Microsoft CEO, I think it said, how do you pronounce it? I know it's Nadella. I apologize.
Nadella.
Yeah, it's the Microsoft CEO. I do apologize for butchering them. I know. For informing employees today, September 19th, which is not today, it was yesterday, that Phil Spencer, who is now Executive Vice President of Gaming at Microsoft, to the SLT, Microsoft SLT now has 16 members, including Nadal. During his time at Microsoft, Spencer has been head of Xbox, Microsoft Studios, and Game Studios before being named Executive Vice President today. Phil is in charge of leading Microsoft's gaming business across all devices and services. The gaming organization is still part of Microsoft Windows and Device Unit. This is real interesting. This is really important, I believe, for gaming at Microsoft, because it's always been that little inkling, that little worry of like, is this enough? Is this enough for people? And I think it is.
I think a lot of people undermine how important this is. Like, people go, "Oh yeah, that's good. Congratulations." Or like, "Why not longer?" And like, "Why didn't this happen sooner?" Rather. And I think like this goes to speak again. I'm gonna hear stroking his ego, how well Phil is able to turn the ship. Because remember, with the Xbox One's launch, there was talk when it was doing real bad of literally selling it off to someone like Toshiba. And to have, considering like stockholders going, "Get rid of this is cancerous," to now, you are trusted within the executive leader decisions. Like, again, Nadal is coming up to you. I fucked up that name real bad, but he's coming now up to Phil and going, "What is your take on VR? What is your take on augmented reality? Where do we go here?" And he's taking your words as wisdom. Is awesome. And it shows that, again, gaming is a big part of Microsoft. And I think for a very long time, they tried to go into phones when I really think they should have focused on the Xbox division, because that's where I really think the moneymaker is. Because it's not an OS. Android and Apple claimed that way faster than them. And I don't think they could pick themselves back up, which you can't. And so with that, this is awesome news. And it just shows, again, how important Xbox is to Microsoft and how important Phil Spencer is to the division itself.
Yep. Couldn't agree more with you. Xbox One X Standard Edition is now available for pre-order. I didn't actually realize it wasn't. It was the Scorpio Edition that was available. But now the Xbox One X Standard Edition is available for all to pre-order, plus more titles to the list added for the enhancements. I couldn't actually find the list because Major Nelson's blog is weird sometimes, the way you do things. They put in a video, they didn't put it as a list, which was really annoying. So I weren't going to sit there and figure out which ones weren't and which ones was. So, cool. Next piece of news. And one that I'm actually really excited for, which I'm a little bit upset that Crossplay is on PlayStation, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer expansion has a release date, and it is October 31st.
Nerds.
For the first time, Final Fantasy 15 players will be able to create their own character and join up with 3 other friends to take on an epic quest and battle in the game's first and only online multiplayer expansion. Players will set
Ignis.
No, you create your own character, which you're not listening to a word I just said.
Players to try that night. Sir Noctis, why do I have an outrageously British accent? I don't know. Okay. It's perilous that night, Sir Noctis.
Cool.
I don't like him.
Whatever you say, Joe. There's more information, but Joe's totally hit me off my rhythm, so don't worry about it. For those excited for this, October 31st, if you have the season pass, obviously it comes in that. I'm not sure how much it is solo, but I'm interested and I can't wait to get back in there. I love that game. I actually really do love that game. So I'm excited. Minecraft story mode.
Goddamn cooking.
Minecraft story. Oh, Jesus Christ, Joe, you're killing me today. You're killing me today. Minecraft story mode season 2 gets a new episode, a new disc, and new languages today.
Ooh.
So, new episode of Minecraft season 2. If you're interested, a new disc has been released at retail, and there are new languages, including Spanish and German, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But
how do you pronounce Minecraft in Spanish?
Minecraft. Next piece of news.
Minecraft.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Next piece of news. We're excited to say that I'm not excited, I'll be honest with you, that Forza 7 demo for Xbox One and PC is available now. So for the nerds that love racing games, you can now play the Forza 7 demo. A lot of people love Forza. A lot of Xbox fans love Forza. Don't get me wrong. It's just not for me. Right. I'm into the arcadey style, not the sim style. I know it's still a great game. I'm not debating that, but just interesting.
Is there finally a DeLorean in that game? I'll buy that game with DeLorean in it.
I think that happens in the Horizon series, not the Sim series.
Give me a DeLorean. I'll race.
You'll probably get a DeLorean skin. I've really told the story about how I played Forza 2, right? I think I've said this on the 360. Forza Motorsport 2 because I bought the game because they didn't like check the skins and the paintings on the cars. So there was custom ones you could download from people, and like there was just boobs everywhere. And as a young child, that's all I cared about. So I was just downloading like skins of like anime girls printed on the cards and like literally like hentai printed on these cards. And that's the reason I bought the game. My friend had it and I saw him doing it and I was like, I must have this game. Do you think I cared about the game? Hell no. They had a really cool multiplayer mode as well, actually. But yeah,
I don't want to know what you did to the pictures of the
You definitely don't. You definitely don't want to know.
Oh, come on, man. No.
Next piece of news, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands Ghost War multiplayer open beta is now available. You can actually download this from the Microsoft store itself. It's in the free part. The beta is there. During the beta now, we're glad to have you try Ghost War mode in its limited public test. Play Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands PvP in a thrilling 4v4 team deathmatch mode that will put your tactical skills to the test. Interesting. Next piece of news is one that come out of the TGS conference, which I did a live reaction to. Not on much news there, but this is one which is Dynasty Warriors 9 will be launching in early 2018. Koei Tecmo Europe have revealed the launch window for the forthcoming game, Dynasty Warriors, as part of its Tokyo Game Show 2017. The game will be coming in early 2018 as revealed last month and will launch on PS4, Xbox One and PC. Interesting. Are you into the Dynasty Warriors games? They do nothing for me. They just run in and you hit things. It doesn't really do anything else but that, which is a shame. But one of those things.
But I'm excited for the next thing on this list.
So okay, we'll talk about this. Let me read through this, then we'll talk about this.
All right.
Monster Hunter World will release worldwide on January 26th, 2018 for Xbox One and PS4, with a PC release to follow at a later date. Capcom has announced a special series... sorry, don't care about that. It's for PS4. Announced again, loads of Sony stuff. Don't worry about that. The digital deluxe version will come with a bonus samurai armor set, and some other hairstyles, face paints, and some other in-game sticker sets, bits like that. I am not a Monster Hunter guy. I've never played a Monster Hunter game.
Same here.
So Crash said, we was watching it together and we were talking and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you're getting this, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm not getting this. Why would I get this? It didn't do anything for me." Okay. But I then watched the trailer back again. And I'm kind of interested now.
Right.
It's coming at a perfect time, January. Probably nothing going to be around in January, as we learned with Resident Evil this year.
Yeah.
Resident Evil launched in January, did well enough. I wonder if Capcom's... I think this will do a lot better, obviously. But it's interesting. I'm actually kind of intrigued. Can you tell me anything about the Monster Hunter series?
Dude, I can't tell you a goddamn thing. But what I can tell you is all my friends, after watching this trailer, right, we're like, "Joe, you're getting this, right? This is fucking... You're getting this. This is it." And I'm like, I never played a Monster Hunter game. Like, literally, I got texts from 5 people like, "You're getting this." And when I was doing the podcast last night, my co-host Ren was filling me in on it, and it sounds awesome. So I think I'm in. I think I'm totally in. You know what sold me? And again, this is something that's in the game. The cute little kitty cats. They're cute little kitty cats in the trailer, and they're making you stew. Oh, that's so cute. Even when I think I had like a little chef's hat, and he's just like, "Here's the soup."
Wait. So Ignis makes food, you don't care. Cute cats make food, you care.
Yeah. Is Ignis a cute cat?
Interesting. No, he's not.
No, he's a cute boy. Not. I don't care about cute boys.
Yeah, I don't care about cute boys. Good point. Next piece of news.
I'm oddly attracted to what's the guy with the gun in that one? The girl boy.
Prompto. Yeah,
I don't know what it is about Pronto.
He's hot. Don't worry about that.
But I think I'm attracted to this girl boy named Pronto, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay. Interesting.
Someone in the comment section console me.
Sure. I'm sure they will. Prompto Rule 34. Battlebomb will not receive any future content beyond the update coming this fall. The quote from Gearbox's forums is, "As of this week, there will be no more battle plans, and there is no current plan for more content after the full update." Creative director Randy Varnell said in a post on the Gearbox forums. There's actually quite a long love letter up about this game. Which again, Battlebomb did nothing for me, but nor did Overwatch. So just hero shooters in general do nothing for me. But this
you also have time to play games, so that might explain it.
You know, Resident Evil 2, greatest game of all time.
Exactly, horrible taste.
Resident Evil 1, amazing game. Resident Evil 3, good game. Resident Evil 4, kind of overrated, but good game, but overrated. Resident Evil 5, story is not too bad actually, but the game not too good. Resident Evil 6, horrendous, but you know, I love Resident Evil. Nonetheless, the love letter is something that if you were a Battle Ball fan and you bought this game, it felt like they respected you and they gave you content that you wanted, it seems. It didn't last as long, obviously, because Overwatch coming in and absolutely creaming it.
Dude, it fucking annihilated it.
But again, I watched this interview with Randy Pitchford, and he made a really good point. And again, I know you hate the guy, but he made a really good point, which was a new IP comes out and it sells 1 million. And we all go, wow, it sold 1 million. And again, I don't know if these numbers are correct, but from what he said, I don't know if he would lie, probably, but from what Joe says. But he said that this sold over 3 million copies. And that's kind of where I thought this would be. I didn't really expect it to do more than that, even without Overwatch around.
Right.
So, I know, don't get me wrong, Overwatch 25 million sounds silly across all platforms, but 3 million is not nothing to be sad about, I don't think, personally. Probably recouped cost, probably made a little bit of profit. Like, it's not bad.
No, I think that game totally bombed. Because here's the deal. With that game selling is that 3 million in its lifespan or in like the first?
No, that's from my understanding. That was, I think he said it was just coming up on 4 million, but he hasn't checked the numbers since the free demo thing.
Right.
So near 4 million.
4 million. You know what? I'll take a look into this because to me, that is nothing to
That's, don't get me wrong, it's not Borderlands numbers.
Yeah.
It's not probably some of their other premier.
Yeah, but I think what happened was
it would be nice.
Overwatch. The problem with that game, first off, we didn't know what it was. Like, it looked like a MOBA, even played like a MOBA. Just say it's a MOBA. Don't, like, we had so much back and forth. The marketing on this game was just a mess. The art style was okay.
Yeah.
The comedy as well, it felt rather Borderlands-esque, and I would like them to do something different. Like, Borderlands comedy is cool for Borderlands, but do something different here, you know?
It's not even cool for Borderlands, if I'm honest. That's not why I play those games. But yeah.
So when Overwatch came out, I mean, it had the aesthetic, it had the better gameplay. It was overall a better game and a better experience coming from a developer that, unlike Gearbox, they have a mixed track record. Blizzard is known for printing money and printing IP.
And having Activision behind them also doesn't hurt.
Not to mention that this is their first IP since Diablo, like their first like true original IP in over 20 years. So like people were hyped for this game. The marketing was on point, and when the game came out, it delivered and just overshadowed whatever accomplishments came out for Battleborn and completely killed that audience because of that. And now Overwatch is this huge monstrosity that cannot fail, and Battleborn is what it is. It sucks because you see, that love letter, it's awesome. I'm not going to make a joke at anybody's expense. If you like it, you like that game. But like, that guy really, the creative director really gave an awesome pitch for the people who continue to play Battleborn. And I got to give it up to him. Awesome job. Awesome.
I totally agree. Last piece of news, and there's an update from me as well, because I've decided something. So developers of Friday the 13th, the game, Gun Media and Ilphonic, jeez, Joe's knows, has made their upcoming DLC plans public and has given insight to the future single-player possibilities. On the game's official forum, a large graphic roadmap reveals the current path of the DLC and what's to come. While there are no dates at this time, we can look forward to seeing new maps, modes, a lot of cosmetic changes, including new emotes, Jason types, and cancellers, and stuff like that. The stuff the developer teased back in August. Okay.
All right.
Let's sit and talk to the audience now. This is real talk.
This is gonna get real
talk time. So, a little game called Friday the 13th, the game come out.
Okay.
And I bought it. And the game didn't work at launch. It didn't work for the first 5 days. I got a refund.
Right.
And I then went on this show, My Xbox and Me, not sure what episode, I'll be honest with you.
You were very upset.
And I was very, very upset. Very, very upset.
I got scared.
And I was quite angry. I wasn't angry at the developers. I was angry at the situation. And I said I would not be supporting this game, and I will not be buying this game again.
Oh, boy.
So, I need to say to the audience that on Friday the 13th, which is coming up, Friday the 13th, the game will be releasing a hard copy of the game.
Oh, that's fucking rad.
I think I'm going to buy it.
Oh, my goodness. Fix is going back on his word?
So, hear me out.
Are you no longer a man of your word? The man of the people?
Hear me out.
Oh, boy. All right.
So, I'm thinking about buying it because I really want to play this game. I really want to play this game. And I was looking forward to this game for a long, long time. I was looking forward to this game when Adam Sessler was doing the promos before this game even was a thing. Like, I've been looking forward to this game.
Love Adam Sessler.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know what to do. I really want it. I really feel like I've done a good job of standing my ground as much as I have. So my thought process behind this is I'm going to buy the game at retail, full price, which then still supports the game.
Right.
and the development team. And I don't buy it secondhand because secondhand they get absolutely no money, and I'm just supporting Game or Amazon or whoever it is on a. I don't think Amazon actually gets money from secondhand, so that's a lie. But I'm gonna buy it, and then once I'm done with the game, I'm then gonna sell it so I get some money back from other people. What did you guys think?
Okay, so I like how you're trying to give yourself a pat on the back. You're like, I like it. I didn't. It took me a while to cave in. It took me a few months. I'm gonna be honest. I need to also break my silence because I'm gonna tell you also. If you buy this game, let's stream it together. I will buy this game.
We can totally do the things that we're working on.
We can't say those things. No, but I'll also say that I'm also going back on my word. People's champ. I can't believe this. I'm going to buy Battlefront 2 day one.
It all comes out. Of course you are. Of course you are. You're the biggest Star Wars mad guy that I know. I knew it. I knew you couldn't. You didn't even last as long as I did. And I don't love
Friday. It didn't even fucking come out.
Let me finish. So everyone, I just want to say that I would definitely be buying this game now. I would definitely, because I don't need to feel bad, because Joe's a piece of shit. And I'll tell you why Joe's a piece of shit. Because Joe went on this show and bitched about microtransactions and how it's pay to win and how he will not be supporting this game no matter what. I may have done the exact same thing, but I'm not a huge fan of the 38 fan game. I'm supporting Ilphonic and Gun Media, little development teams, little tiny development teams. And I'm like, here you go. Here's a little piece of that pie. Joe, on the other hand, is supporting EA. Joe is putting money in EA's pocket. Wow. Joe is supporting EA. You know how everyone hates EA? Not me. I love EA. They make great sports games. Love you guys. Please work with me and send me review copies.
Yeah, actually, retort that. Everybody loves EA. Fix loves EA even more.
Exactly.
Please send us Star Wars so I don't have to buy it.
That's not happening. That's just coming to me, not you. Joe's a piece of shit. Remember that. I want everyone to remember that I went. When did Friday the 13th come out? I need to check. Vamp for me, Joe.
March or May? I think.
I've got to check. Friday,
April or May. Yeah, no, I came to the epitome that I was told from an inside source something really rad, and then I was like, I have to get this.
May 26th. May 26th. It is now September 20th. So I lasted 1, 2, 3, 4 months because I won't be buying this until the 31st. So I lasted 4 months, maybe 5 or 6 months. 5 months.
I lasted negative a month and a half.
0 days. He didn't even last. So just remember that. Yeah. Just remember that. Before the hate comes, and don't at me. I repeat, don't at me.
Yeah, don't at me either, please.
No, you've definitely at him. But yeah, I am going to be picking up the game. So there you go. Joe, we usually jump into Fixer Sack at this point. And this week, I'm not going to have a go at people, because we are recording early and we are going to be... So, I want to announce to everyone that me and Joe are working on some new stuff. Not going to announce that stuff until episode 100. So, you will find out what we're working on episode 100. I hope you're all excited for it. I hope you're all going to enjoy it.
Phil Spencer's going to be on.
We are going to be moving the day we record this podcast, and we're going to be making sure it happens. That's not happening, Joe, as well. Don't tell people that. I have absolutely... I'm putting it out there. Episode 100 has no guest at this current moment.
But let's make it happen. Let's start a retweet. Fix will probably tweet, hey, Phil, episode 100 of My Xbox and Me, throw the logo up there, and then throw your face going like this. And then like a kitty cat. And even dress like a cat. Maybe that'll work. And be like, could you please come on the 100 episode of My Xbox and Me? Even 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Just say Joe's name. That's going to work for us.
Okay, well, that will definitely work.
And then we have everybody retweet it. But we got to do it now. We got to do it soon.
We'll do it. But, okay, so what I want to say is that we're going to be changing the day we record the podcast to Tuesdays. So we'll be going from Tuesday to Tuesday. That's when the news cycle will come in. That's when you'll be getting the show. And then Patreon supporters get early. Everyone else gets it on Friday. You know the drill. But we are working on some stuff. Episode 100 is coming up in 2 weeks. Please be excited. You will get a live show. It will be free for all. I really do want everybody in the chat for that one. So we're going to record it probably a decent time for everybody. We are working on guests. I did reach out to the one and only Greg Miller. He was too busy. He did hit me back saying I would, but I'm too busy. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
Greg.
cute.
Okay, Greg, I tried. I did reach out to Ryan McCaffrey. He ignored me. So shout out to you, Ryan McCaffrey. Love you. I love your work. Love your work. You're amazing. But
I want to talk to him about DeLoreans and Teslas.
You couldn't hit me back. Well, then you go on his show, not mine. All right, that's not how it goes. But let's plug by plug and get ourselves out of it. I'm gonna go first, and then Joe. What I want to plug this week is obviously again, this episode is dropping right now. Everyone will get it right now. Joe will send me an audio right now, and I'll get it right now and get an active one right now. Kind of funny meetups. I will be heading to EGX this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, at me, at MC Fixer on Twitter. This is when I say do at me. Don't at me about other stuff, but at me about this. Me, Callum, Mr. Moody, some great My Xbox and Me community members and Kind of Funny fans and people are getting together. We are going to be doing some amazing things. We are going to the cinema on Thursday that I'm actually not going to because I'm going to go to my hotel room and play Switch and drink some vodka. I'm not interested in the film they're going to see. So they're going to see
what film are they watching?
The Kingsman 2, whatever that is.
Dude, what? I'll come to that meetup. I'll fly that plane. Dude, watch it. It's so fucking good.
But I've not seen the first one. I don't want to watch the first one.
Watch the first one. It's on Netflix probably.
No, I'm good.
So
I'm not going to see the film with them, but I will be at bowling on the Friday. I think we're going bowling on Friday, I believe. And on the Saturday, which is the big one, we are all going to the Brewdog. And if those who don't know what the Brewdog is, it's a bar. They do great drinks. Last year, we had the downstairs all to ourselves. I believe we have the same thing again. So it's just going to be packed with Kind of Funny fans. I'll be getting there a little bit later because I'm going to this special Microsoft event. So I'll only be an hour late. I can't talk about what I'm doing, but I'm only going to be an hour late, so don't stress. I will be there. You will see my face. You will see Haley. You will see Mr. Moody. He's there, so don't even stress it. Apart from that, that is, follow me on Twitter at MCFixer, again, patreon.com/MCFixer, please. I just put out a vlog video for my trip to Turkey. So some of you may be interested in that. Maybe you want to see what I got up to in Turkey. Was there jet skis? Maybe. Was there a maiden? Maybe. Is there Haley in the bikini? There is.
Fellas, can I say one thing? It might sound out of line, but I saw one picture of Haley. She looked lovely, and there was like this white and blue dress. Tell her I said this. She looked beautiful. She did. She looked nice. I'm giving her a compliment.
Looking for a new co-host. Joe says my fiance is beautiful. I don't like it.
She's a very lovely lady.
I'm joking. Yeah, of course she's beautiful. Come on.
She's a bro to me, bro.
She's definitely a bro. Definitely.
Yeah. I don't look at her the same way I look at Pronto.
Apart from that, that's me done. Joe, what you got to plug this week? Oops.
Well, I got a little something called Bad Bit Games you could check out. We talk a little bit more in depth about the whole crossplay situation. I'm making a video right now. Actually, might take 2 days, but it's about how I feel on microtransactions. It's actually super in depth. It's actually super awesome. It's not like Joseph gets a pitchfork and like fire. I actually go in depth. It's going to be really awesome. You're going to really enjoy it. And I get very pro developer too. You check it out. Trust me. Bad Bit Games. Also, the PlayStation podcast. Holy shit. Episode 10 is on fire right now. We talk about the TGS conference, what we liked, me coming in as a Westerner into this Japanese conference, me not knowing what the hell is going on, but enjoying the crap out of it. Check it out. Check the podcast out. It's growing so rapidly. It's surprising. Yeah, it almost makes me want to throw up. And also, lastly, as the People's Champ, this is a personal message from me, again, Joseph, of my Xbox and Me, People's Champ, to you, Phil Spencer. If you come on episode 100, it will not just be an honor and making our dreams come true. Us two little cute boys make our dreams come true. But if you do it, my buddy here, Corey, Mr. MC Fixer, will dress up as a kitty cat. Or at least have kitty cat ears on.
Definitely do that. Definitely.
Your choice, whether you want the ears on, off, or make up a little kitty cat nose. That's up to you. You are Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, and now one of an advisor. So there you go.
Yeah, happy. Okay. Until next week, I will love you, leave you, and I will see you all later. Joe, you do some weird stuff.